Hello, everyone. Welcome to Smart City Summit. And this is about the fifth episode. Welcome, everyone, wherever you're listening from around the world. My name is Joshua Oshowo. This is the fifth episode on Smart City Summit. We have had many amazing speakers, and I know you are listening from all around the world. Wherever you are listening from, please, I would like you to do something for me right now. Kindly go to the comment section wherever I'm listening from. Write your name, I'm listening from, or just you can write Joshua Osho. That's your name, your surname, comma, the location you are listening from. Thank you, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today we'll be having an amazing session and we'll be talking about the big data. Now, that topic is one area that technology maximizes currently and is looking so uncensored, and we need to maximize to the betterment of our nations and the betterment of our societies. So today we'll be talking about something called big data, and as you know, the platform of launching this summit is called Smart City Mall Africa, the pioneer marketplace for smart devices and power generation devices, along with security devices and installations all around Africa. It's the first marketplace of such that you can get all those kind of devices. So wherever you are listening from, I would like to just say, I'm listening from, my name is so and so, listening from so and so. Thank you very much. Welcome, Ijoma Okorom. Welcome, Yemi Arowolo. Welcome, 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 welcome. Wherever you are, please just put that in the comment section. I can see people listening from YouTube, they're listening from LinkedIn. Please let's hear you. Let's hear you. Let's hear you. Now, I would like to just give a little intro about why this topic of big data is super important, and you must get your notes to write. Now, in case you don't know me, this space is new to you, it's out of the blues, and you're wondering who the heck is this? As in, how did this person come about to talk on this topic? Now, I'm not the guest for this topic. As much as I can speak on this topic, I am just the host. Now, my name is Joshua Oshowo, and I do something. I bring about ideas, structures, businesses to work on their own through the process of automation. That's using technology to make what you do continually work for you and help other people benefit from it even after you are gone. So that's what they call automation in businesses, automation in process, automation in building development and things like that. Smart City Mall Africa has been doing this for a while, and we have helped to gather over 60 engineers around Nigeria alone and getting more engineers around Africa, helping them get jobs on time and implement the best of services around Africa. We have a good number of manufacturers and and distributor of this kind of massive devices that help you work selflessly and productively. So wherever you are listening from, the platform supporting this has enough information. And big data is what every person that uses devices, smart devices like your cell phone and the rest, as you use those devices, you are passing out data to the world. So I know that you are now getting ready for this session. So wherever you are, please go into the comment section, get ready. We have an amazing data analyst by the name Mr. Dami Arowolo. He's someone I respect. From the first day I saw him, I had that connection with him that he has value and ready to offer value. I've seen the art to share knowledge to the world, and you will hear from him in just about 2 minutes. In case you have not heard about him before, go to Google right now, write his name, Emmanuel Damilola Arowolo or Damilola Arowolo. You will get to see how much of value he has for you. But without saying too much, without taking the mic off him, so let me just have him come on the screen right now in about 1 minute. He will tell you about himself and you will be really blessed. So That's about it. Let me with Mr. Arowolo.
Hello, hello,
Amazing,
Joshua.
amazing, amazing. You're joining the screen right now. Okay, I think you're already there, but let
Yeah.
me just do this quickly. All right. Thank you. And well. All right. We can see you
Okay.
live and clear, live and clear, live and clear. Amazing, amazing. I can see a lot of your fans all over just
Mhm.
bombarding the screen right now. Welcome, 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 welcome everybody, welcome everybody, welcome Ahmed Amid Ajasa from Nigeria. If I would have asked, I would have asked exactly the location you are in Nigeria, and let's get to know. But notwithstanding, Mr. Dami, tell us about you in about 2 minutes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Joshua, for having me on this show. It's a privilege, I must confess. I feel really humbled, and I appreciate this privilege. Okay, so my name is Damilola Arowolo. I've been a data analyst for the most part of my year. I think I have about 6 years experience working as an analyst across different sectors, ranging from utility to sport betting to banking and finance. And I'm currently back in banking, but now marketing, where I get to use my data experience to provide value to my organization. So today I'll be talking about big data, and I can't wait to share my opinions on this and the impact big data and data generally is transforming our current world with. So, yeah, thank you, Joshua.
All right, all right, all right, all right. I can imagine that wealth of experience from different fields. So if you had known about finance, if you know how much of data comes from finance, I know you know that there's something about to take on your screens right about now. So let me just show my face. I think I feel like my face. So let me just show my face. And well, it's really going to be amazing. And I was talking with someone before about 2 weeks ago, came around my place in Lagos, decided to just have some projects around different areas in Nigeria, and came around my place in Lagos, and he was talking about him switching fields from where he's currently in to the finance field. And it was like he tried doing some different tests and said that the data in Nigeria in some fields is still a baby's play compared to the finance area. I'm sure that whenever I listen to around the world, I know there are a lot of different outside Nigeria and it could be quiet right now. So I know you are there, and I want you to know that we have come ready for you. So I have friends from Kenya. I have friends from Burkina Faso. We're listening from even I have another one that is from Sweden right now listening. Please, wherever you are listening from, please put in the comment section. We are ready to give you value here. So Mr. Dami Arowolo, the stage is now over to you. I know you might be feeling so hot, but please feel free to express yourself. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So over to you. Tell us about big data and why smart devices, smart cities always produce data, and how we can know about big data in total. I don't want to have to give so much clues to that word. It's big, that's why they call it big data. Thank you so much. All right, sir. Over to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Joshua. Okay, so big data. Before I proceed, I must confess that I facilitate trainings for upcoming data analysts, and so please forgive me if I turn this to a complete learning session. But I'll do my best. I'll do my best to share as much knowledge as I can within my limited amount of time. Okay, so today I'll be sharing with us big data the foundation of smart cities. But we cannot just jump right into big data. We need to first understand what smart city is. I know that many of us on this call may have an idea, but for those of us that we're just hearing it for the first time, smart city is basically a city that is like a smartphone. I mean, a city that has so much sensors that is connected by devices, leveraging on Internet of Things, collecting data from every nook and cranny, from numerous sources such as the car parks, the road, cameras, street lights, home appliances, and just collecting data from everywhere possible. It is predicted that most of at least one third of the population will be living in smart cities come 2050, due to the growing number of people of the population. So, smart city is not just even a thing of the future; is what has already begun. There's a smart city here in Nigeria, in Singapore, and a couple of other places. So, smart cities, now that we know that our smart city is only smart because of the amount of data it collects. It collects data from virtually everywhere. And now, this data, because of the volume, because of the frequency of this data, because of the different types, images, sound, audio, uh, pictures from traffic congestions and everything, this is what makes the data big. So big data, which I would go on and talk about much extensively on this talk, is big data because of the volume of data it is collecting simultaneously from different sensors, meters, and other devices that collect data. So this data is basically used to optimize and improve the city's operations, to manage resources, and to improve the everyday life of the citizens. So an example would be in transportation, reducing traffic congestions, would be in waste management, and so many which I'm also going to talk about. But I just want to give us that mental image of big data. So, a smart city uses this technology to improve access to public transports, manage traffic, optimize water supply, waste management, security, improve law enforcement, schooling, hospitality, and just name it. Everything you can think about, smart city can use technology to improve it because of the data it collects. So now moving on to big data, we know that smart cities collect data from everywhere, collects data from images from virtually everywhere. The volume of this data, the frequency of this data, and the veracity is what makes the data called big data, is what qualifies it to be big data. We can't compare it to data that we collect on our Excel sheets. Of course, Excel and Google can't handle that amount of data. So our big data is a collection of data that is very huge and is growing exponentially over time. It is data that is very large in size, complex, something way beyond what our traditional data management tools can process. Ultimately, big data is the future because the amount of data we generate on a daily basis is overwhelming. In the past 2 years, we've generated a large number of data. Now, data has become the new gold because of its power. And something I know about data working over the years is data would always tell the truth. Data can never lie. Data can never lie. So just to put it simply, let's say our big data is large, is a large and complex data set that has been collected from many sources. Of course, big data can come in different formats. It can be structured, it can be unstructured, and it can also be semi-structured. What does it mean for big data to be structured? I want you to imagine your regular Microsoft Excel or the spreadsheet format. For those of us that are not familiar with Excel, let's look at rows and columns, tables. So any data that can be stored and accessed and processed in a fixed format, in that fixed format, is regarded as structured data, while unstructured data are data that doesn't have any structure. Imagine you do a Google search now. Okay, so when you probably googled my name, you saw pictures, you saw links, you probably even see audios and videos from my previous engagements and the likes. So now that is unstructured data. It doesn't fit in any form per se. Then the third structure will be the semi structure. And now this is a combination of both structured and unstructured. That just makes sense. That's why they've called it semi structured. So now this is not necessarily in the rows and columns like our Google Sheet or Excel. It's more like, how do I put it? A combination of both. So it can have images, embedded images, audios, but not and having a table-like structure, but not necessarily a table-like structures. It will be talking about big data won't be complete without talking about the V's in big data. Now, these V's are what actually qualifies a data to be regarded as big data. So we have the volume, the variety, we have the velocity, and variability. Now, this volume just talking about the large amounts, the vast volume, the largeness, the size of the data. Now, for a smart city, imagine we are collecting transport data or traffic data. Now, you don't want to imagine the amount of cars that ply a road daily. Okay, I know a very popular place in Lagos would be Oshodi, where we have different buses, and I know the peaks of traffic congestions where many cars pass, and now that's just not even limiting it to transportation. I just gave that as an example. It could be Google search. Now imagine the number of people searching stuffs every day, every time, every minute someone is searching the internet for something. So now the volume of that data is what qualifies it to be big data. Now talking about another V, which is variety. Variety is pointing to the fact that this data come from many sources. So it refers to the I would say heterogeneous or multiple sources or nature of this data, both structured, both unstructured. In those days, in back in the days before the advent of big data or the boom of data, data can be stored on spreadsheets, databases, and all that in rows and columns. But nowadays there's data in different formats. There's pictures, you can analyze pictures through the pixels, videos, devices, PDF, audio, where you're looking at the pitch, the frequency, and you can just now data is virtually everywhere. Just from the way I'm talking now, you can break down my speech to identify which part is the high tone, low tone, and further analysis that you can do with data. So when this data come from many different sources, different types of data, different sources, that's what we call variety of big data. Now, speaking about the velocity, I'm sure science students here will probably have a sense of what velocity means. This just in simple terms means the frequency. Every second, every now and then, the data is dropping with the speed at which the data is generated, how fast the data is generated and processed to meet demands. This is one quality that qualifies a data to be regarded as big data. Then we have the variability. The variability is just the inconsistency. Today it can be this, it can be that tomorrow. It can vary basically from over time. There are a number of other V's, but I wouldn't talk about it on this call because of my time. But a very popular framework used for working and analyzing big data is the Apache Hadoop, which is an open source framework that uses that uses distributed computing to analyze this big data because of the large sizes. Okay, so now how does big data impact smart cities? Uh, so we already know that a smart city collects data from everywhere, every time. So it collects data from the streets, from parking lots, from home appliances, from just imagine anything. So a way we can use big data to impact smart cities or to drive and fall to make a city smart is with public safety. So imagine a scenario where we've collected so much data from every location in the city, every street, every road, every nook and cranny of the city, and we're able to use leveraging artificial intelligence to predict, oh, will there be a crime here, to even track suspect. So smart cities provide securities to the citizens, of course. Now, these cities use the big data to predict and analyze. Okay, so sorry. As these smart cities use big data to analyze and make predictions of potential places to keep the citizens safe. So another way big data impacts smart cities is in terms of traffic congestion, which is transportation. So we already know that transportation and traffic is a major problem in developing cities, urban cities all around the world. With the influence of big data, smart cities can control traffic, can direct traffic, and save millions of revenue. We know when people can't get to where they are going, money is being lost. We all say time is money, and time spent in traffic is yeah, not really productive time, except you are not the one driving. Okay, so the analyzed data uncovers patterns from the road networks and just basically helps the smart city becomes smart. So now we can also see an influence of big data in terms of reduction of cost, in terms of waste management, in terms of resource allocation. So with big data, we're able to also leveraging on AI. We're able to look in the past and advise citizens, help them improve their livelihood either by reducing the cost of their electric consumption and the likes, waste management, and just help them spend lesser, reducing their cost overall. So now this, because the city is becoming smart, uh, it enhances growth, sustainable growth. So, regular analysis of growth of smart cities enables the city officials to get continuous updates about the needed change. Our continuous updates are the key growth drivers for sustainability because they provide a clear idea regarding the required development. So, and these are just a few a few ways smart cities impact big data. So, smart city, because of the large amount of data collected in real time across these different devices, the sensors used to collect information from everywhere, smart cars, camera system, even collect data on the air quality and the likes. The data is very large, so it is stored directly to the cloud many times. There's no okay. So before I go on to the other one, just to shed some more light on this cloud storage, due to the the size of this big data, uh, cloud data system are used to collect this data directly from these sensors and stream it directly to the cloud. This removes redundant data, removes all the complexity, and reduces the possibility of of insecurity. I'm going to talk about cybersecurity, which is just to protect this data. Because when we're talking about data, we should also consider protecting this data so that it is not abused. Yes, big data can be abused. Okay, so another smart cities also store data on edge computing. Now, this edge computing are devices that are very close to the source, and they collect the data. They store it most of the time. They store it temporarily. They are cheaper than streaming data to the cloud, and they are adopted widely. Now, from this edge computing, we can run our AI algorithms to manage traffic, manage waste, or any of the other impact advantages of big data on smart cities. Then there's also the hybrid system, where it is stored both on the cloud. It's stored first on these edge computers, then moved to the cloud, just for data security. Okay, so now speaking about the risk in terms of big data, yes, of course, there's some risk, and this it is very important that we note this risk, because we know that for every good thing possibly has some risks to it. So our smart cities uses big data, and it's important that we are protecting the privacy of the people and even the data. So part of the risk includes facial recognition can be used to track innocent civilians. Smart meters give unprecedented information to household and their appliances. Smart devices could accidentally spy on people's home. Self-driving cars, there could be a breach. It could, yeah, there are some other risks when we're talking about big data and the likes. But a way that we've been able to mitigate this risk is to consult the citizen. So whenever new smart cities initiative are in the pipeline or planning stage, we it is important to carry the people that will be the direct beneficiaries of it along. So they are aware that, okay, so this part of my data is being collected and it is being used for this thing, or I'm going to benefit it, like, or I'm going to be benefiting from it in a particular way. It's important not to lose sight of the fact that smart cities are designed to help improve the lives of people that live in the smart cities. If they aren't consulted or part of the process, not only will they feel disaffected, but the initiative wouldn't work because they wouldn't trust the system. So now this is a scenario of trust. So just speaking of trust now, is transparency, which is very important, because you need to be as transparent as possible, from the government to the analysts to the technology professionals working to develop this whole community. Transparency is key, and also cyber security. Now cyber security is as big as a technology as data, because we need to be able to regulate the space. We need to be able to protect people's data. So I wouldn't go deep into cyber security because it's a domain on its own. But despite the challenges, it is possible to operate smart cities with minimal risk, if the right cybersecurity is in place. The right cybersecurity policies, data governance, data privacy policies are in place. So you can connect with me if you on LinkedIn if you want to get some more information about this, about the risk, about big data. But just to conclude, I would say smart city is for everyone. With the right attitude, careful consideration, it is possible to have smart cities that offer improved services and quality of life, without this risk of privacy or security breach. If the well-being of citizens, as I've mentioned above, are put in perspective and taken into account, and we're sure that we are mitigating all these loopholes. So our big data is an important role in smart city. Cities can process data from Internet of Things devices and sensors to recognize patterns and needs. Uh, the analysis can reduce the number of road accidents, congestions, help drivers find parking space, reduce crime, improve smart urban lighting. In a case where the security lights the street lights would dim and go and just go on when depending on the frequency, the number of cars passing there, which has all been collected from this different data source. Improve water and energy system. Smart city can help us build a better city, improving quality of life, like I said, and connecting all this information together to make sense. Where everything is automated and running by algorithms without the interference of humans and governed by the right data governance policies. So, for more in-depth information on big data, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. Like I said, I can't wait to chat to you there. So, questions.
All right, all right, all right. Okay,
Okay.
so it's time for questions. That time when I was still in secondary school, that question part. You don't really know the people that I was listening very well. Oh, that were oh, that were not listening.
Okay.
Um, I'm expecting questions. I'm expecting questions. Even me myself, I was writing some. I'm hoping to both support the motion and go against the motion.
Okay.
Because that was the
Then,
trend back then.
if the questions are not coming now, you can always connect with me on LinkedIn. Just send me a
Sure,
chat.
sure.
I'll be happy to respond.
So I would, well, I think your name is already on the screen,
Yeah.
Damilola Arowolo. In case you listen to this live or recorded, you have a question, please ask your questions on the comment section. He would see it, I will see it, the admins of Smartcitymallafrica will see it. And also, we are streaming on three channels right now, streaming on Oshowo's LinkedIn channel, YouTube channel, Smart City Mall Africa's YouTube channel, all at the same time. So it's an opportunity wherever you're listening from, ask your questions. And please, if you have comments, I believe that can even help us engage more during this session. Do you have comments,
Yeah.
Omar, Amid, Olayemi? If you have comments, please let us know your comments or your questions right now. So Sadami can quickly answer your questions. So while we are waiting for your questions or your comments, I would like you to throw more light. So I will now be adding my own salt in between the discussion. So now, you talked about something about data privacy.
Okay.
Now, that area has been one, there are different people around currently, especially in Africa, and they believe anything that is smart is collecting the data and exposing them to the world. And they can be quite, yes, they are like, okay, I have the money to afford it, but I just don't want it. I don't want, what do you call it name? There's a balance in the Southwest. It says, you don't want anybody to just expose you anyhow to the world. So, they like the product, they like the smart devices, but like, hey, I like myself like this. Please don't disturb my life. I understand that. It's not about data privacy from your view, and let's say people get to know what about how they can protect themselves exactly. So protect themselves from data. What I call it, you call it a word. From data
Data
abuse
governance.
exactly. Data. Yeah. So tell us about
Okay.
that.
So, speaking about data, incomplete. it will not be about data comes with data. It's booming, is growing. I don't 10% of the in case of data to as ton of data going to go away, and that is see how cars some very life easy for us. But at times there's or a crash. Don't this doesn't the value that car you expected. There's nothing lights in different places. Your phone GPS. So are aware of and how it in so many of data important and it is piece of data. The first thing you're learning because you don't want to see medical doctor about you, which is some data. See the information you've given the med. So besides the what's the word now? Data governance. It's important that everybody collected, either tracking their mobile phones, cookies on your phone, registry is but there's the use of data and data governance. We're able to the abuse of data usually breach for yes with I will be able and reduce it to the barest be worried about to uh, and data.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Thanks for sharing that. Now I would like also you to put more light on this now, and also get to also I will allow you just to speak about this itself, so I don't get to interrupt. But meanwhile, I have my notes. I have my notes. I carry my notes. So, um, you are talking about the data governance. That was why the EU decided to go and interview, or what I call it, interrogate Mark Zuckerberg and ask about data privacy on why should their data is that when they were asking, there was a time, or I still believe now, Facebook normally asks you, what's called, what what are you thinking, or something like that. That's what last minute they normally ask. Was it what are you thinking, or what's on your mind, something like that. And
Okay,
they
what's
now
the
exactly. So they now ask Mark that, okay, will you like to tell us what's on your mind on social media? It's like that's private. I don't care what's on my mind on social media. So then I asked him that if you would share what's on your mind on social media, why are you encouraging others to share what's on their mind on social media? Now, that that question was now the now started saying, okay, they have the right to make some laws around that to their own citizens and things like that. Now, for them to show interest in their data on what Facebook uses their data for, or giving their selling their data to third party companies, that is data governance. You understand? They are protecting the rights of their EU citizens and what data is used for. But this is where having smart devices without governance is. And when the big five were left with data they produce, that means you know they have social media, they have smart devices, they have hardware, firmware that they use, connected to IoT devices, and they feed the data over and over and over again. This data, if there is no government ready to say, hey, hello, Facebook, how much data have you taken in my country? Let me censor it. Let me know who is how you benefit from it, and I can benefit it. These companies will keep it. So I would like you to talk a little bit about cloud storage systems. Maybe that will be the last one, but someone is asking some questions. Omar G will ask some questions. I would put that question very soon on the screen.
Okay.
So just tell us about cloud storage systems before I put Omar's question on the screen.
Okay. Okay. Make a comment on data government. That the government is key in citizens. China, they do everything possible to on their social. Okay, so now speaking of cloud, they is a bigger have some cloud computing. I think there's Google, there's Google, Amazon, there's Mac. This cloud storage is the process of when you see a picture of it, data going to the cloud, so much space. So now processing of either from Azure or Amazon cloud computing is provide cloud storage for with this cloud. Imagine if it was in a scenario where we have of hard drives that you powering and enough makes it cheaper. The same service, what's the word now? The same resources will compared to if we were on site. We would need so many resources. It will consume electricity. I don't see on site sustainable because at some point population and would everywhere would be analyzing and it is answers your question, Joshua. On with Omar
All right.
Joel.
All right, yeah. So that's Omar Jewel's question.
Okay.
I don't know if you. So can you answer a question?
I would like to know from people data, or it makes people willing data out. How data is gotten pretty much to Facebook and sign up on Facebook with their terms. So we can give our data to this service. For example, platform, we've given our information. They have our either on site or data is gotten from people. The usage of already see how the duration of this call acts because this database. So this is from people. Uh, a privacy policy on the governments of the world and these companies back in back. I'm not sure of the year US. Uh, Facebook data got hacked, and they use that manipulate people on which that is an age. But since uh policy restricting what uh then I noticed that now any site, for example, I open see what my once I'm opening the site is still accept or reject anyhow. But you cookies they can also what you are doing. This site won't ask you for cookies, our permission. But now there has been so many now there are so many policies to ensure that we are getting that we are aware and we can restrict access. It has also led you want to go on track. Now this is another way to protect yourself. So is you wouldn't see it won't store any everything can be lost. So if you want to go back tabs, you wouldn't see. So and is there a people willing to give? No, there's no fee. There's no data because we want to. We give out this. We they don't pay for it because that we want to be that we are willing to our data to access. Is it scrap? Okay. So Anna, thank you for this question. Is probably would have missed it, but thank you for. It was so any website, data scraping, but since the uh, and the revelation value of data in policies to analysts, and at times I want data. I need to Twitter scrape Twitter data, but now things will change. But I doubt. So now you don't just have access to data, scrape data from any website. Right? They would either block your what's it called, or your API, where you have API access. Twitter. If you scrape Twitter data, you need to go and register. The process will take about, will send emails to your intentions are. Prove that you have legitimate to be accessing this data. After they give you the from their website or via API, snooping around things that are not your, they would disable. So these are, this data has been as scraping links. That you see that when you scrape it, but at least on this call, forgive me. So data online, especially that confidential information, it becomes gibberish sense of it, and that security measures they put in place, our data is protected, it's kept and secure. So well,
Okay, I guess you have fully answered this question. Let me come. All right. I believe you can see me. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So I believe Omar, I believe you have answered your question, and well, there are still more to answer. There are still more to answer. But before I round up on this session, I would just like to say a few things. Now, one trend that I've seen among a lot of people when you use people's platforms or people's devices is that they don't read what they call T&C, terms and conditions. Or using a website and you don't read when they say accept or reject cookies. You don't read it. You just click accept. I want to see that website. I want to see that comment. Oh yeah, accept. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Once you accept it for free, they will collect knowledge for free. It's very simple. This life is very simple. And they will not blame your government for not fighting for you. Because your government is feeling that, okay, and those web things, they are strange. So um, companies that understand, like someone wrote that data is the future. I would like to correct that. Data is not the future. Data is something that you always, it's an unprocessed information you give about yourself ever since you were born. You have been given it regular. I move my hand like this data is going out. What you process this data as is what makes meaning to you. So everything we are doing right now is producing data. Those that understand the massive data we are giving out right now will make it into information for their own good. I remember there's a company, is an API, is a platform, is a Western platform. I remember one of these I'll share on my page. That once you can sign up with them, subscribe with them, you can basically mark your, like a VPN, mark your link. So and mark your IP. So anybody cannot just access your system or your devices and basically take the data and use it. So any company that wants to take your data has to pay you for that. And as long as we use free things in the world, just know you are giving your data very, very free to the world. It's as simple as that. So it's very important to improve data security. If you are building a smart house or a smart city or a smart estate, let's get working together. Africa, you need to rise. It is time to protect your data. It is time to know how much of data your people and your people are giving out to the world and to companies. Because if I have a fintech, sorry to bust the bubbles, I'm sorry, but if I have a fintech company and I have all the data, or social media company, and I have the data about 1 million people, I can move data to another business, and I will massively sell that business without adverts, without any promoted ads anywhere. So there's nothing like free platforms. They are collecting something from you for you to come and pay later. It's nothing like free platforms. It's nothing like a free device. So read your T&C, know what data you are giving out. And please, data, okay, I think I get what the guy was trying to say, that data is the future. Oh, I don't mean, data doesn't mean the one I used to buy online or to browse. That's not even my data. So data is how would I call his name? It's basically those details, exactly. The details you pass about yourself, what you do to the world, and those that are intelligent enough to analyze those data. Now, Sadami spoke about edge computing and then using AI to make information out of it. So if you don't know about the details you are producing on a regular basis, people that understand those details will take those details and convert it to their good. So in other words, I would like everyone listening, live or recorded, get to know more about data. Even if you don't sign up to help people out, or you don't sign to agree to their terms, the fact that it's social media or a device that can receive information, process the information, and bring out output. If you remember that was the definition of computer back then. Those details can be used for you, for your good, or against you, or for the good of who collected the information. So ensure that you understand data and know how to release data to the world about you. Secondly, before I share a flyer of something you can engage Sadami, he spoke about him being a trainer earlier before when he just started. There is a session that he does for training people on data analysis. So anywhere around the world, you can join his session. For now, it's still an English speaking training. So, but there will be more very soon. I know about that. So, ensure that you understand data and how it can benefit you. And if you want to benefit from data, because the more people are available in the world, the more animals, the more tools, the more data. Then you need to understand data analytics. It is a life skill. It's not a skill to get a job. It's when you have got the skills that you now know that there are jobs that you never knew that are available that you need to go and get. I can I don't we don't have to explain that story right now. So, but that's what I would just say. So if you know that you already take life serious, understand how much details you are giving to the world for free, or how much details people around you are giving to the world for free, then you need to go for a course called data analytics and get yourself acquainted so you can go far in maximizing data journey. Because if you don't know how to secure or use the data for yourself, somebody else take it from you and use it for their own good. Full stop. Secondly, I would like to say this. Um, if you are listening from anywhere around the world, Sadami spoke about big data and public safety. Now, if you don't protect your data, people can use your data against you. So public safety for governance and people listening all around the world, please, if you have a city, you have an estate, you have whatever, a community, please learn how to analyze data. You can get Sadami as a consultant for you, consult for you on data analytics, analyze the data very well, and use it for public safety. Your people will be happier that you help them to save their lives than responding with gun and pistol when the thief has gone. It doesn't make any sense. Another thing he spoke about was traffic congestion. It doesn't make any sense that somebody, or what would I say, Lagos has a lot of traffic. I've experienced it since I came in recently. but I've mastered my own way. But what I'm just trying to say there is that no city will be smart if traffic congestion is not responding well. So you see 50 cars on a particular lane, 20 cars on that lane, and that lane is empty. And it's on a Sunday evening like this. And the what would I call his name? The traffic controller, or it's not even there because he has got to go and take care of his family. Then then what do you call his name? I'm trying to remember the name. Now the automatic control stop. I'm trying to remember his name right now. It's in my head. But that green light, the traffic light system.
Right.
That is meant to know that people are here. It's now putting green light for where it's empty. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So people will be more productive in a city and in your place when you employ data systems, smart traffic lights, smart parking solutions. If you are listening from in Lagos, you have influence in Lagos. You cannot have a parking system, a ministry or a commission for commission for parking in Nigeria, and not have smart parking system that tells people where parking lots are empty or are not empty. It is time to make money from that industry by automating that industry. Now, I would like to also talk about cloud storage systems already. But if you are also into the area of smart estates, smart cities, I know I'm not the only one in that industry. I know smart city mall, yes, you have a lot of engineers, you have a lot of manufacturers and good companies around this industry. One thing I would like to just tell those that want to go to that industry, please, before you start building, plan. The scripture says that it says, you write the vision, make it plain. There is anyone who wants to build a house that does not plan. So please, before you say I want to build a smart city, I don't call some estates I've seen in this world that can be very annoying. You have a very big estate, yet the traffic is very, 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 very funny. You understand? The road is very tiny. You want to build many, many houses. I don't know. Wherever you are, follow yourself there. but it's one reality there. Everyone has to understand that when you want to start putting smart devices, you need to speak to your clients that are paid. Because I see smart cities rising up in Nigeria, fully paid already. So if you have people that are fully paid, please call them. Let them know what they're entering into. So you don't face allegations in the future or legal issues in the future that you can't really pay for. Then engage them to know the terms, what they are going for. For example, there are smart devices that are Bluetooth, that use Bluetooth. Some use phone number. Some don't use Wi-Fi. Some use remote antenna. Some use buttons. They are still smart. They still collect information, process information, and give out output or react in a particular way. So please, if you are building in any of this, or you need more consulting, you can reach out to us at Smart City Mall. Just either send a mail to smartcitymallafrica@gmail.com or admin@smartcitymall.africa. So please reach out on any of our channel pages, reach out to us. We are ready to help you not to waste your money. Please. You want to analyze your data, please reach out to Damilola on LinkedIn. Search out his name, just write Arowolo. Look for his name or go to the flyers or social media pages and find a way to engage with him. I'll put his mail in our comment section on our different social media handles. So please, of this live stream. So please feel free, go there, ask about him, learn from him, consult. Please, and free knowledge is not always the best. So please, you most likely might have to pay, but please go for knowledge to save you from unnecessary stress in the future. Before I round up right now, Sir Dami, do you have any other words to say? Okay, before I do that, please, just 1 second. Let me just share this flyer of Smart City. What's his name? The data class that you are having. Give me a second. I want to just share this. I want to share. So he's having a data analytics training at Smart City Hub, and it's virtual, so you can attend from anywhere around the world. Just ensure that your time zone is different. So it's sorry, that's not it. That's not it. Yeah. So you will see this on Smart City Hub. Just write Smart City Hub. You will see this online on Instagram. It's called Data Analytics Online Weekend Classes. It's starting next month. Am I correct, sir?
Yeah, you're correct.
So starting next month, on November 19th. Yes. The timing. Once you have registered, they will reach out to you on exactly the timing. Currently, it's still having for the next 8 days. You still have 15% off on the price, and it's an huge margin compared to the ratings and the amount of value that Smart City Hub is giving you anywhere around the world for your training. So wherever you are listening from, you can also send a mail to him directly or reach out to Smart City Mall or make a comment about this training, just like Data Analytics classes, and we'll reach out to you on how you can get there. Or you can simply just go to the number that's +234 906 4892 424 and get to send a WhatsApp message to that number or smartcityhobabuja@gmail.com, and will reach out to you. I believe everyone has learned so much, and I wish everyone the best in their journey. So while I the flyer right now, so is any what you have for them before we round up?
Okay. So thank you again, Joshua. Okay, so
You
like
said what?
Joshua had already said, no, I'm speaking. I said, like you had already said, we can go as granular as possible on this call. So please reach out to me if you have more questions regarding the training, big data, smart city, and all. I'll be happy to engage you. Yeah. So thank you.
All right, thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you. I believe everyone got value on this session as so much I got value. Thank you and have a wonderful week ahead of you. God bless. Bye bye and have a wonderful day.